Okay, breaking news this afternoon. There's a number of stories that I'm following, and one of the stories is a story that's just being created here. The U.S. Treasury bond is basically falling because yields are rising. The NASDAQ falling. The FTSE falling. The Nikkei, Nikkei, falling. Bitcoin falling. Gold futures, gold falling. Silver falling. Crude oil falling. The Russell 2000 falling. The Dow Jones Industrial Average falling 669 points as of this time, as of speaking right now. The SP 500 falling down 60 points, 2.13%. The S&P, Toronto Stock Exchange, falling 250 points down today. The Canadian dollar falling. Everything is falling. Now, what I want to know, and if any of you out there can answer this for me, where's the liquidity going? I see everything falling. Everything. Dollar is not going up. Okay, so we take a look here at the U.S. dollar index right here. 89.18. It's basically going along it's went up ever so slightly, but nothing unusual. Where's the liquidity going? The liquidity today is draining out of the system at a tremendous speed. I just don't get it. I don't get it. If you guys out there have a clue as to where this liquidity is going, let me know. But the alert today and what's on my mind and what I'm getting at right now is everything's fallen today. The stock market has fell over 600 points today. 665 points right now. This is a huge day today. Now, this doesn't mean that the sky's falling. Okay, everything's falling, but the sky's not falling. The stock market could recover from this. This is not a crash, not yet. What's going to happen on Monday? Okay? We've had one heck of a big day today in the markets. Okay? So now, we're going to change subjects a little bit. Now listen, if you viewers have an idea where the liquidity's going, write it in the comment section. I'm very interested in this. I really want to know where the liquidity's been going. Okay? Now, what I'm going to read you here, or actually I'm not going to read you, there's a nuclear posture review. The U.S. has released its nuclear posture review, where they talk about nuclear weapons and the United States' position on using nuclear weapons. I just got done watching it for over an hour, listening to it. I was listening to it so I could give you guys the skivvy on it. The United States, I listened to them say that they will, in fact, use nuclear weapons if some country attacks them conventionally and does, quote-unquote, extreme damage to infrastructure and or people in whatever region is part of basically part of NATO. So they're going to use nuclear weapons. They've said they're going to use nuclear weapons. That's basically the long and short of it is they're going to use nuclear weapons even if they're attacked conventionally, if there's a large amount of damage done to that particular area. So like if Russia were to say attack Poland, because that's of interest, that's a country of interest, our interest. It's in our interest. And they're under our wing, basically. I'm just putting it in my own words for you guys so you'll understand. If Russia were to attack Poland and do significant infrastructure damage or damage to the people of Poland, then they would be able to, that they would possibly use nuclear weapons. This is basically what I get from it, from listening to what they had to say. Even if it's a conventional force. In other words, even if Russia used some sort of a cyber attack to attack Poland, and they did significant infrastructure damage and damaged the people of Poland, then they'd use nuclear weapons. That's what I was getting from this. Now, I tried to understand it as best I could, but that's what I got from the report. Going over it for 1 hour, I was able to glean that from it, that much from it. That's what they would do. That they would actually use nuclear weapons. But now, what about Ukraine? Ukraine is not a NATO country, and this is important because they do not come under the wing then of NATO. So this would be an unclear issue over Poland. So not Poland, I mean Ukraine. It would be an unclear issue, but Poland would be very clear. So would Romania, because those are NATO allied countries. And so if the Russia were to attack the infrastructure of either of those countries, then the nuclear option would be probably on the table. So, in other words, if either one of those countries was attacked. So this has been your market alert. This is basically an alert. Heads up. The markets today are going nuts. Liquidity is pouring out of the markets today and going gosh knows where. I don't know where it's going. Generally, if you're going to haul liquidity out of one area, it should go into another area. This is a vanishing act as far as I'm concerned. I don't really see where the liquidity is going. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot. That's why I'm relying upon you guys. Tell me where the liquidity is going. Because everything seems to be going down. Everything. Seems to me if something goes down, the other thing should go up. I don't know. I don't know where it's going. Because everything's down all the way across the board. It's just weird. It's just like the blood's being drained out of the system. But it's a big day indeed. Right now, let me take a look at the stock market again. 669 right now, I'm speaking. Well, no, 665. It's down 665 right now. That's quite a day. 665 points in one day out of the Dow Jones. So, okay, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll keep you up to date as best we can on the situation that's unfolding right now